You're watching the TC MMA podcast.
In another big fight, you got Tony Ferguson stepping into the arena. And you hear me say this again, Dana White talking about it's time to retire after this fight. He's taking on Michael Chiesa, right, who isn't a young guy. So at least it favors Tony Ferguson a little bit in terms of he's not fighting a 30-year-old. He's 40. He's not fighting a 28, 30, 32-year-old. He's fighting a 36-year-old. So interesting prediction right now. In the welterweight division at UFC Abu Dhabi, you got a big one here. Tony Ferguson, who Dana White's saying should retire after this fight, no matter what, comes in at 26-10, taking on Michael Chiesa, who comes in at 18-7. Now Chiesa's going to be 2 inches taller at 6'1". Chiesa's 36. This is why Dana White's saying this. Ferguson is 40 years old. He's got a 1-inch reach advantage. He fights right-handed. Chiesa fights southpaw or left-handed. Now the striking is Tony Ferguson. I mean, you know, this is earlier in his career, a lot of these averages, right? Nearly 5 significant strikes per minute. He's certainly slowed down since then, lacking the power and endurance to keep up. Chiesa lands like 1.9 per minute, but he's going to be a takedown guy. He lands more than 1 takedown per round. So Tony Ferguson's takedown defense is very important, and he stops 2 out of 3. So he can give up takedowns, and Chiesa's very strong on the ground. Now, Tony Ferguson coming off the loss to Paddy Pimblett, lost to King Green by submission, lost to Nate Diaz, lost to Michael Chandler, lost to Beneil Dariush, lost to Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje. Wow. So this guy has lost 7 straight, and it's making more sense as to why Dana White is saying what he's saying. Tony Ferguson is just falling off a cliff here as of late. Now, Chiesa, 60% takedown defense. He's lost 3 in a row, though, to Vicente Luque, Sean Brady, Kevin Holland. So that's a problem. And this is why this fight makes sense. Chiesa's been losing as well. He's not like a young 28, 30, 33-year-old, right? He's 36. More on the level of Tony Ferguson right now. Sad to say. But I still think Chiesa gets the job done here. I mean, this guy's more than a 5-1 favorite for a reason. Everybody knows he's going to go in there and take down Tony Ferguson, who has a lot to fight for. And I like the guy. And I like even the entrance music and everything. The skater music, you know, the old school skater music. But I can't rock with him now. I mean, he's just not the same. But still a guy I like seeing coming, making that entrance, making that walk to the octagon. But listen, once that happens, it's all Chiesa after that. Chiesa wins, in my opinion. But it will go to a decision or maybe a second-round submission, right? So if it goes to the third, I think it's going to go all the way. But Chiesa gets the win here, in my opinion, to move to 19-7 welterweight division, UFC Abu Dhabi. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. But I do love Tony Ferguson's walkout music, man, the old skater music. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go. Gets me fired up every time, but he's laid an egg the last, 7 times out roughly. So despite the music, which will get me pumped up for this fight, Chiesa is just still a little bit younger. Well, a lot younger. 36 versus 40 doesn't seem like much. It's just 4 years, but the fall off from 36 to 40 is a big cliff. So and you're headed just straight down. So unfortunately, Tony Ferguson's going to lose this one.
He's gon' fight, wait, he's gon' fight, wait, hold your breath till the end of the night. Last fight of call, UFC at its height, yeah. Bringing that thunder with all his might, saying step up, wanna fight, hold up, think twice, gladiator, assassin, reckless, no abandon, walk through that cage, he'll leave your ass stranded.